I did run the ad on Indeed,
Okay.
the verbiage that you sent, and um, it hasn't even been 24 hours. I got 7 solid resumes, like good ones, and I have 5 interviews stacked up for Tuesday. And they're all like
Excellent.
very different. One's a door-to-door salesman guy, one's a army person, all different personalities. And
Yeah.
I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be doing the train the trainer thing that I've been reading in my bed in my bathtub in my spare time. And I think he wants me to kind of run with it. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to, get familiar a little bit with it and then see if I'm capable of getting it off the ground.
Oh, you are. It's so easy to follow. It's like I mean, you've looked through it, but it's like I literally have down to where to pause, what to say when. Like you've got a great personality. I mean, you're gonna just be able to command their attention and deliver great training. I have no qualms about that. So
I hope you're right.
it's gonna be
um,
excellent. You've heard me probably in videos. I've made a couple videos about this recently, but when you're recruiting people, it's very, very delicate of a process. I made this video yesterday where I talked about it's like chemistry, right? Chemistry is very specific. Like I talked about making a cake. If you use a tablespoon of baking soda instead of a teaspoon, your whole cake is fucked up, right?
right.
And it's just this tiny little thing. Well, when you're hiring and interviewing for sales positions, remember, like, most people are afraid of sales, right? So when you present it the right way, they're not intimidated about it and they feel like, okay, yeah, I could do that. But if it's not presented exactly the right way, that's where you lose people, or people either don't accept the job or they don't show up to training. They like accept, but then they disappear. So these people that you're seeing, like Josh and Allison and Joe and Lisa, who are getting like, 20 people scheduled for training within their first week and launching like 15 out of there, they're using the whole system. So it's the ad is one part of it, but it's just the first step. The next is the interview script is so crucial. Like
Well, and
it's
that's what
very, very important.
I'm going to interview 6 people on Tuesday.
Yeah. And are you doing a group or are you doing those
I'm
individually?
doing it individually, but I stacked them real close together so that they're going to run into each other.
Don't do it.
No?
Don't. Here's why. You're basically going to reserve 6 hours of your time to interview these 6 people, right? 3 of them aren't even going to show up. 2 or 3 of them aren't even going to maybe show up. Then the next, let's say 2 don't show up. 2 of them are complete idiots. And you're just like, I would not pay you to mop my floors. Like, you're the worst. Go home. Like,
Right.
McDonald's is hiring, go work there. And then the last 2, one might work out, and then one you might seem really excited about, and you hire him, and then he just doesn't show up to training, or he like quits a week later. Well, now you've invested 6 hours to maybe get 1 or 2 people out of there. When what you can do, and this is what we teach in that whole recruiting system, is I show you guys how to set up group style interviews, which might sound kind of weird right now. Like, how the shit does that work? But it works and it's brilliant, and it's not weird how we have it set up. So you're going to be able to take, let's say you have these same 6 people. You'll schedule 1 hour. Even if half of them don't show up, you still have 3 people interview. When you run the script the way that it's written, all 3 of those people are going to be jacked to get hired. Then they're going to show up to training because it's a whole process, the way that we have everything worded. We get them excited. We tell them exactly what they need to hear, but nothing more. So they're not overwhelmed or like intimidated by the position. And this is what's giving people great shows to training. I mean, you're seeing these guys hire, 20 people and 19 show to training, and they launch 15 of those.
It's crazy.
So
I've been seeing
it
this
is.
stuff come up, and I'm like, it can't be real.
I know it sounds too good to be true, but the
Right.
proof is in the pudding.
Right.
So I would really recommend, like, if you have these 6 people in the pipeline already and they could potentially be great, you could lose the best potential people just because the job wasn't explained to them in a way that made them feel comfortable to say yes to taking that job and showing up to training.
That's what
So
I'm afraid of.
Yeah, and you're wasting your time because, like I said, you schedule 6 hours. 6 hours, you know how much you could get done in 6 hours? Like, so much. So you can pack 15 people into a 1 hour interview if you want. And we show you the whole thing. And there's like a confirmation series, and everything is geared toward improving your show and your retention. And it's just a system that works. So